All right, ladies and gentlemen, rounding out episode 47, week 47, edition 47 of the Wrestling Rundown, whatever you want to call it, is the video where we take a break from the mainstream wrestling. We talk about the independent wrestling, and we're going to kick it off with some shows that have just happened not too long ago, yesterday maybe, a couple of days ago. And Kevin Hawk, where are we going to start for indie news?
I'm confused. Is this week edition or episode?
All of them.
Oh, fuck. Alright, so on the 9th, as previously advertised in the last few weeks, we had the doubleheader show from WSU and CZW.
Yeah.
So starting off, we had WSU presents Power, the first round of their Fighting Spirit Championship, or I think that's what it's called.
Right.
The Spirit Championship.
Okay.
Where we had Sassy Stephanie defeat Jenny Rose. Athena defeated Nia. Leva Bates defeated Veda Scott.
Nice.
Brittany Blake defeated Hania.
I know something about Leva Bates. She dressed up as Daredevil for her wrestling attire.
Ooh.
I follow her on Instagram, and it's nice.
Allison Kay defeated Solo Darling. And then in tag team actions, Chicks Using Nasty Tactics defeated the Cosmo Club. And then in the main event, Cherry Bomb defeated Lufisto to become the new WSU champion.
Whoa!
Go
That's
Cherry
awesome.
Bomb. Yeah.
Very cool. Alright, I dig it.
And then, basically right after that, they started CZW's Proving Grounds.
Ooh.
The big buzz around this was the CZW return of Nick Gage.
Right. Okay.
And they didn't waste time getting started, because the first match was Drew Gulak versus Nick Gage.
Oh. Sorry, Drew.
This match was touted as one of the matches of the night, and a lot of people saying that Nick Gage looked better tonight than he has in the last 5 years.
Wow.
A lot more wrestling in his repertoire for being one of the deathmatch heavy CZW guys.
Okay, so he's kind of honed his craft. He's gotten, all right, cool.
Unfortunately, it wasn't enough to beat Drew Gulak, though. Drew Gulak got a 1-2-3 roll up on him.
All right.
But Nick Gage says it's not over. He's challenging him to a rematch.
Oh shit! Sorry, Drew.
Ultra violent rematch.
Oh, sorry, Drew.
And then we had the Junior Heavyweight Championship on the line. The former champion Alexander Jones going against the current honorary plus-size Junior Heavyweight Champion Greg Excellent.
Okay.
Greg Excellent retains.
Oh, all right.
Pepper Parks in a handicap match defeated Joey Janela and Caleb Conley.
Wow.
Sozio defeated Eric Corvus. The Beaver Boys defeated Bill Carr and Bucks Belmar. Bucks Belmar was trained in how to be a detective by Super Cop Dick Justice. So we actually had Bucks Belmar wrestling in this match and not being dirty and pretending to puke and putting his hands down people's pants. Stuff like that.
That's just all awkward stuff.
Bucks Belmar wrestled this match, but he did eventually have a slip-up to his old ways, which ended up being what cost his team the match.
Well, can't always be perfect, especially when you're Bucks Belmar.
Yeah. In the Wired Championship match, Speedball Mike Bailey defeated Chainsaw Joe Gacy via disqualification, so he doesn't get the title belt. The disqualification, though, however, came from the returning AR Fox interfering, attacking Speedball Mike Bailey, claiming that Speedball Mike Bailey technically isn't the best of the best because he's never defeated AR Fox.
Oh, I see what you did there. All right.
Trevor Lee versus Andrew Everett. Match of the night, everyone says.
Why wouldn't it be? These guys are freaking awesome.
Lee defeats Everett. Black G's defended successfully the CZW Championship against Matt Tremont. Apparently there was interference at the end of that match by Cherry Bomb and Pepper Parks. A lot of people were really confused because there's zero affiliation between them and any of the people in the match.
Yeah,
So we're going to see where that plays out. We're not sure if Pepper Parks has something against Matt Tremont or if he's aligning himself with Black G's. And in the main event, Danny Havoc defeated Connor Claxton in the Pains of Glass match. According to reports, both men bled buckets.
Gee.
Post-match, Ohio is for Killers came out and attacked both guys.
Mm-hmm.
And Danny Havoc decided to officially enter himself into the Tournament of Death and challenge one of the Ohio is for Killers members to join him in the first round.
Wow.
And that's it that I've got.
Wow. All right.
But I know you've got.
I do got. What do I got? I got Ring of Honor. Because I watched Ring of Honor TV last night. We only had 2 matches, but we're gearing towards the super shows, which there was a lot of hype for those. Some cool video packages, showed some stuff from last year's. Makes me even more excited to check this year's superheroes out. But we open up Ring of Honor TV with a singles match stemming from the revealing of the KRD. We had Chris Sabin taking on Kyle O'Reilly. Chris Sabin comes out first, does his usual entrance, and then kind of like books it through the crowd and hides behind the staging area. So when Kyle O'Reilly comes out, Chris Sabin attacks him from behind, really works him over before the match is started, runs him into the guardrail a lot. Once he tosses him in, Kyle O'Reilly kind of gets the advantage, does an armbar over the top rope, takes advantage for a little while. Obviously, this is all within the same tapings, but within the storyline, the cut that Kyle O'Reilly got due to being clocked with the championships still hasn't fully healed yet. So he starts bleeding. He's really playing up the head injury. We get Bobby Fish comes out a little later to try and cheer Kyle O'Reilly on, try to get him back into the game. Distraction at the end comes. We get Christopher Daniels runs out and starts fighting with Bobby Fish. This allows Kazarian to get in and help Chris Sabin hit a elevated spinning neck breaker. Kazarian rolls out of the ring, and Sabin defeats O'Reilly by hitting Cradle Shock. So we're getting a lot more build. Adam Cole was at commentary and was giving Kevin Kelly a lot of shit for saying that the Kingdom was KRD. Yeah. So yeah, he's not too happy with.
I wouldn't be either.
With Kevin Kelly.
It's obviously not him.
And Steve Corino kept trying to apologize. And then in our main event, this was the hashtag 6-man dream match. We had Alberto El Patron, ACH, and Matt Sydal taking on the Briscoes and Roderick Strong.
Yeah, I'm sad I didn't get to see this.
This match was phenomenal. Alberto is the hometown boy, them being in San
Mexico?
No.
Oh.
San Antonio.
Close enough.
He's from San Antonio.
Close enough.
So just lots of love for everyone.
ACH is from Texas too, so
yes.
That's kind of close.
Yep. Speaking of ACH, him and Mark Briscoe have amazing chemistry. Every time these two were in the ring together, it was just phenomenal action. Absolutely amazing. The team of ACH, Matt Sydal, and Alberto El Patron end up getting the win. We have Alberto put the cross arm breaker on Mark Briscoe. This allows Matt Sydal to set up for the shooting star. Alberto rolls just as the shooting star hits, followed up immediately by the 450 by ACH. ACH picking up the win over Mark Briscoe. Phenomenal match. If you haven't seen it, find it on ROH Wrestling. Find it somewhere because it is awesome.
I'm hunting this thing down.
You should hunt this thing down.
I will.
But that is it for Ring of Honor results. As I said, we're hyping up towards the War of the Worlds and Global Wars, which actually starts this week.
Yeah.
This coming week on the 12th. We're going to have the first night of War of the Worlds. It's going to be the 12th and 13th, the 2300 Arena in Philadelphia. These two shows are not going to be televised at all. These are going to be strictly for the Philadelphia crowd and then eventually be released on DVD. So let's go ahead and go through night one. We've got Delirious taking on Ghetto. We have Kushida taking on Roderick Strong. Jay Lethal versus Watanabe. The Addiction versus the Kingdom versus the Young Bucks. We have Michael Elgin versus Tetsuya Naito. Tanahashi and Jushin Thunder Liger taking on Red Dragon. AJ Styles in a match where he doesn't know who he's going
The
against.
mystery opponent
Yeah,
match.
the
This
mystery
is the one
opponent.
that excites me the most.
Just a singles
Dalton
match.
Castle.
You would mark out so hard for that.
A little bit.
And then in our main event, we have Chaos, Kazuchika Okada, and Nakamura taking on the Briscoes in our main event. And then night 2, we have Adam Page taking on Watanabe, Kushida taking on Michael Elgin, Kyle O'Reilly taking on Tetsuya Naito, Jay Lethal versus Jushin Thunder Liger versus Mark Briscoe versus Nakamura. That's going to be a crazy one. Tanahashi taking on Roderick Strong, The Addiction taking on Chaos, Gato and Okada, Jay Briscoe taking on Bobby Fish, and that's not the main event. Yeah, that was the main event. Bullet Club, AJ Styles, and the Young Bucks taking on the Kingdom, Adam Cole, Matt Taven, and Mike Bennett. Then we take a break on the 14th. We move on to the 15th. They travel to Toronto, Ontario, not Ohio. I know, you always want to be Toronto, Ohio, but it's never Toronto, Ohio.
Because I never want to go to Canada.
So Global Wars Night 1 will be on iPay-per-view.
I'm highly contemplating ordering this iPay-per-view.
Yes. You can order it through Ring of Honor Wrestling. Just go to their events page, and under Global Wars Night 1, you'll be able to order the pay-per-view. And we have the following matches for that night. We have ACH taking on Nakamura. We have Geto and Moose taking on Silas Young and Watanabe. We have Chris Sabin versus Kushida. We have Jushin Liger and Matt Sydal taking on Matt Taven and Michael Bennett from the Kingdom. We have The Addiction versus The Decade versus Red Dragon versus RPG Vice. No tag team titles on the line, but a lot of tag team action going on. Cedric Alexander will take on Okada. Tanahashi will take on Michael Elgin. Jay Lethal will be defending the ROH TV title against Tetsuya Naito. And then the big 10-man tag, the ROH All-Stars, War Machine, Briscoe, and Roderick Strong taking on the Bullet Club's AJ Styles, the Young Bucks, Gallows, and Machine Gun Carl Anderson. That's going to be crazy.
So that's like, I'll pay $10 just to watch that match.
Yeah, that's going to be
$1 per wrestler.
That's going to be one hell of a match. And then we move on to Night 2. Night 2 will be the next set of ROH TV tapings. So for the next probably 4 weeks, this is what we'll get for ROH television. The matches we have will be Kushida taking on Will Ferrara, Geto taking on Michael Elgin, Dalton Castle versus Jushin Liger, the Bullet Club's Gallows and Anderson taking on the Kingdom's Taven and Bennett, ACH and Matt Sydal will take on Tanahashi and Tetsuya Naito, Roderick Strong will take on Nakamura, we'll have BJ Whitmer versus Moose, and we'll have the Bullet Club's AJ Styles and the Young Bucks taking on Team Chaos, which will be Okada and RPG Vice.
Right now, I'm pushing for the hashtag Clash of the Capes for Dalton Castle versus Jushin Liger. Trend. Make that trend.
But that's it for ROH. A lot of stuff coming up. Be sure to check out the iPay-per-view. So next week's Indie News will have War of the Worlds results and Global Wars Night 1. And then over the next couple weeks, we'll have the results from Global Wars Night 2 for our results. But we're going to move on to some more upcoming shows. Kevin Hawk, what you got for us?
We've got a lot and not much at the same time.
Ooh.
It's a mystery, right?
Intriguing.
We're going to start with the 22nd, which is a Friday. And this is the one that we've been talking about for a little while as well. The 2 tournaments in one day.
Yes.
We've got PWG's DDT4, the tag team tournament where Candice and Joey, the world's cutest tag team, have to defend their tag titles in all 3 rounds in order to retain.
Good luck,
so it's going to be them, the Beaver Boys, Team Tremendous, Drew Gulak and Biff Busick, the Inner City Machine Guns, Andrew Everett and Trevor Lee, the Monster Mafia, and Love Gun, as well as in non-tournament action, Johnny Gargano versus Speedball Mike Bailey,
Right.
and Roderick Strong defending the PWG Championship in a triple threat match with Chris Hero and Brian Cage.
Yeah. I keep telling you every week. Good luck, Roddy.
And then on the other side, Midwest region in Cleveland. We're going to have AIW's JT Lightning Invitational Tournament. Eric Ryan versus Nick Gage. Raymond Rowe versus Tyson Ducks. Hot Sauce Tracy Williams versus Little Guido. Lewis Linden versus Tyler Thomas. BJ Whitmer versus Dangerous Doug Gilbert. Flip Kendrick versus Athena. Too Cold Scorpio versus Cheech Hernandez. Cedric Alexander versus Colin Delaney. DJ Z versus Alex Daniels. Alessandro Del Bruno versus Brittany Blake. Heidi Lovelace versus Davey Vega. And Dick Justice versus Josh Prohibition.
It's a big first round.
That's the first round. And that's all that's going to be on night 1. Then on the 23rd, they're actually going to open up with Girls Night Out, volume, I think, 15.
This is AIW also?
Yeah.
Nice. Cool.
Didn't jot down what number this is, but they have, every now and again, they do an all-female review show.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah. So this one they're going to open up with at 3 p.m., involving, no matches announced, but Athena's going to be there, Veda Scott, Heidi Lovelace, Candice LeRae, Allison Kay, Mia Yim, and more.
All right.
And then we're going to have, after that, the JT Lightning Invitational Tournament Night 2. So, obviously, the procession of the tournament, and Samoa Joe's debut for AIW.
Oh, right. So, okay, so how many matches do we have for first
12.
12. So we're going to have, what, a semifinals and then finals?
I'm going to guess 6 singles matches.
And then a triple threat?
Yeah, something like that.
Or 2 triple threats and then singles, something like that.
6 singles, 3
I remember you saying it changes.
Yeah, it changes from year to year, basically.
So we'll have to wait and see what AIW's got waiting for us.
And then at the same time that we're having Girls Night Out and Night 2, Chikara is reopening, or Chikara is opening their new location for the Wrestle Factory.
Yeah.
With the Wrestle Factory Challenge.
Right.
Which is where the spaces so far, I know there's still space left, but it is very limited.
Yeah,
I think there's only a handful of spots left.
I think the other day I saw there was like 7 spots left, or like 9 spots left, something like that.
Yeah, less than I think I said there's less than half a dozen spots left. Basically, you go in. It's a competition. You're competing against everyone else there. Winner gets to go through the entire Chikara Wrestle Factory training session to become a member of the Chikara roster for absolutely free.
It's Chikara Tough Enough.
Yeah. But you don't have to pay for it. I'm sure you pay for shit on Tough Enough.
That would suck.
But they're also doing Back to Skull.
Yes.
Their show their first show in the new Wrestle Factory.
Right.
Last time we were on here on Indy News, we announced that they were doing Princess Kimberly versus Juan Francisco de Coronado. Also added to the show now is Mr. Touchdown versus Kevin Condren.
Ooh, okay.
The next day, we have Chikara's Anniversario, A New Attitude. We know that we're going to have all 4 members of the United Nations, which is Juan Francisco and the Block Party, taking on all 4 members of Dasher's Dugout.
All right.
The Throwbacks,
the return of
Heidi Lovelace. Then all 4 members of the Snake Pit will be taking on all 4 members of the Wrecking Crew.
Yeah, go Snake Pit.
And then,
pretty much my favorite team ever.
Unannounced so far, 3 members of the Arcane Horde will be taking on Jakob Hammermeyer, Knockin', and Pinky Sanchez from the BDK.
Ooh, okay.
And then the Grand Championship is on the line. Ashley Remington cashes in his 3 points to face Hollow Wicked for the Chikara Grand Championship.
I'm so scared for Ashley.
Hollow Wicked, this is his first defense.
Yeah.
You know, Kingston had an amazing long run as champion. Icarus had a fairly decent run as champion. Is Hollow Wicked just going to be a flash in the pan?
Can you imagine if Hollow Wicked just immediately loses the title to Ashley Remington?
Hey, smooth sailing all the way.
There would be fruit baskets for everybody.
I want a fruit basket. It'd be so beautiful. Okay, then, yeah, later in the month, on the 30th and 31st, we have Evolve 43 and Evolve 44 coming to us from Dragon Gate USA / Evolve Wrestling. The only match announced for that weekend so far is the Open the Freedom Gate Championship will be on the line. Drew Galloway defends against Biff Busick.
Ooh, that'll be good.
All the usual guys set to appear. And then they also said that the Open the United Gate champions, Johnny Gargano and Rich Swann, will probably be defending their titles on Evolve 44.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And then next month, on the 13th of June, CZW presents their annual Tournament of Death. That big old death match tournament where everybody's all bloody and gross and violent and hitting each other with all sorts of nonsensical nincompoopery.
Things that make you go.
People who have already been entered into the tournament so far this year: Matt Tremont, Josh Crane, Ricky Shane Page, Ron Mathis, Nick Gage, Danny Havoc, as we said earlier, entered himself in at the end of Proving Grounds. Still up in the air, no word yet if any of the members of Ohio is for Killers have entered themselves in. And then we know there is one first round match set. DJ Hyde will go against Connor Claxton, the newest member of the Nation of Intoxication.
Ooh. Well, alright.
That's it for upcoming shows. You got a lot to look for on the horizon.
Can I tell everybody? Can I tell everybody the news that I told you?
The big news.
Yeah.
The big news, because the big one is back.
Yeah.
King of Trios.
It's back again.
Now let's say we dropped a bombshell on you guys when we told you the Bullet Club.
Yes.
AJ Styles and the Young Bucks have officially entered as the first team in this year's King of Trios. Well, Team 2 has just been announced. Team AAA.
Yes. If you know us at all, you know that we are huge fans of Lucha Underground.
No.
I mean, we hate Lucha Underground. No. So, yes.
He doesn't know what to say.
Just
say who's on the team.
It's too exciting. We have Aerostar, Phoenix, and Drago all on Team AAA going into King of Trios. The same King of Trios that has the Bullet Club.
Yeah.
What?
This is going to be a mind-blowing King of Trios. Perhaps the best King of Trios since 2011.
Oh man, I'm already excited because it's King of Trios. King of Trios is an awesome show. And then I got excited even more because AJ Styles and the Young Bucks are going to be part of the tournament. And now my mind is completely blown because Drago, Aerostar, and Phoenix are all on a team. And that's 2 teams out of...
16.
What? There's still 14 teams. Ah.
So you heard it here first. Probably not if you're following any of the Chikara stuff, Twitter or Facebook or any of that junk. But you heard it here maybe second or third.
And if you're not
Team AAA.
If you're not following Chikara on any of those things, check down in the description where we have links to all of our favorite indies.
Oh, guys like AIW, AAW,
Beyond
Wrestling, PWG, Ring of Honor,
Pro Wrestling Syndicate,
all
that stuff down there in the description. Also, you can find all of our links where you can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, Instagram, Reddit, email, his email. You can talk to this guy specifically if you want.
Yeah, if you want to just talk shit about this guy and you don't want him to know, send it directly to me.
It's messed up. It's not what the email is there for.
It's kind of what the email is there for.
The email is there for you to let him know who you want us to talk about here on Indie News. You can also do that down in the comments as well.
Comment it up.
Post links to Facebook pages, websites, Twitter,
YouTube videos.
YouTube videos especially. If there's someone specifically you want us to highlight, someone that you want us to check out, please post down in the comments. Let us know who are your favorite independent wrestlers so we can expand our wrestling knowledge as well as yours.
Absolutely. So, big things on the horizon.
Oh yeah.
All those ROH New Japan super shows.
Yeah, that's this week.
Tournament of Death. There's a lot of tournaments going on in this span of 30 days, because you have the DDT4 and the JT Lightning Invitational all in one day, and then about 3 weeks later you have Tournament of Death.
Yeah.
So a lot of tournamenting.
And then we're gearing up for King of Trios.
And King of Trios, the biggest tournament of the year.
Yeah. So
all that's going to be exciting.
Hell yeah, it will be.
I'm just ready to go.
So, Thanks for watching Indy News. Thanks for watching episode 47. Look forward to episode 48, week 48, edition 48, whatever you want to call it.
Which one is it?
It's all of them, Kevin. All of them.
I can't handle the madness.
We'll see you guys next week.